Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
Outside Curry. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Dang.
Curry's got 5 now.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
Stolen by Thompson. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break.
Andre Iguodala, one of the elite athletes in the NBA. Great ball, one of the most high percentage finishers in the league.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. That one misses. I think for a while, Clark, teams looked at Iguodala and saw his talent and what he could do on the floor, and they wanted him to be a centerpiece. Now that he's been in the league this long, and as a vet, he seems almost better suited as a complementary piece.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, not everybody can be the main.
And with Iguodala comfortable in its role playing as a sidekick, it makes sense because he modeled his game so closely after Pippen when he was growing up. Very much cut out of the same cloth.
Come on, baby.
Pass to Barnes. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Buries the long-range jumper.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
That was supposed to be a red.
You know, final thought here on Iguodala. The more I think about what you said about him and Pippen,
the whole thing.
They're similar in length. Their ability, their versatility defensively is talent that I think they both have, in addition to being able to make plays for others. I think it's a reasonable comparison, actually quite apt when you look at those two guys.
Love the pass to Mozgov. Irving double team. LeBron drives in.
Baby.
Excellent D here by Iguodala.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to, I think, tone it down a little bit at the defensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Draymond Green. Lee comes in for Andre Iguodala. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Knocked away. Here's Smith. Chance there to take the lead, missing.
Well, when Harrison Barnes first stepped onto the scene, it was in the middle of the Warriors' 2013 playoff run. But he didn't exactly build upon that streak as people were hoping for last year. The playing time just wasn't there.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Verejao. Love comes in for Thompson. Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there. And I remember that run for Barnes. He would play as a stretch 4 and looked unguardable at times in their series against the Nuggets and then the Spurs. Definitely was hoping for more of that this past season. It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
.40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. That drops. Barnes has got 7. You know, for Barnes, it was an awkward place for him to be, and they brought in Iguodala, and he was moved to the bench. A lot of people thought that that'd be a boon for him, as he would be more focused on the offensive side of things with that second unit in particular and could really thrive.
Yeah, and the change in role and adjusting to being the first option with the second unit, I think was overwhelming for him. I think you have to remember Barnes is still a very young player, a lot of room for growth, very talented, very skilled, and he's going to get a lot better.
The Warriors have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Outside Irving. Shoots. And he hits the jump shot. 10 points for him.
Boy, Kyrie Irving, he's starting to fill it up in bunches now.
Well, how you rip me?
Bogut kicks to Barnes. Here's Barbosa. And released it in time. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get
this half. Turnovers haven't been an issue for them yet.
Oh, I didn't know the quarter started.
Thompson sets the pick for Irving.
I was looking at Messi. I didn't know the quarter started.
To the inside. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Thompson. Thompson's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Cavs. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Draymond Green is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Curry in the point guard position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
The Warriors last season voted the most fun team to watch in the NBA. Easy to see why. Arguably the greatest shooting backcourt in NBA history, and a lot of great passers, too.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr taking over as head coach of the Warriors, a 5-time NBA champion. His focus is on creating sustained success. He said, we've got a chance to be really good for the next decade. Let's just take a swing every year and be consistent with our efforts, and we'll have our chances. And we get to watch them, Kevin.
Looking to build something that'll last. Thank you, Doris. A shot by Thompson. Clark, they're having fun playing out there. Great chemistry on the floor and in the locker room.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a college atmosphere.
It does.
Their harmony, and this is still one.
LeBron, he's checked in for Iman Shumpert. On the wing, James. Back to Irving. Irving double team.
Oh, mira. Oh,
that's
blocked.
blocked.
Go, baby.
Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone. Oh,
baby.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
David Lee's checked in for Golden State. Now the feed to Smith. And the 3 off target.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. From outside, off the mark. Smith with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Fires from deep. Smith missing again. Warriors leading.
Oh, my game lagging.
By 5.
Oh, lagging.
Well, David Lee, a 2-time All-Star. Over the past 5 seasons, he's averaged about 19 points and over 10 boards a game. Impressive numbers.
They get it back. Curry wide open.
Dang.
Another miss by
Why
Curry.
would you go for a putback?
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Smith dishes to Verjao. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Verjao's got his first 2 points. And David Lee is so consistently productive, and yet he's had his critics.
Well, I think part of it is because people tend to focus on what guys can't do sometimes instead of all the things they do. And David Lee gives you consistent production as a scorer, as a finisher, and he's an underrated passer as well. And you know what you're going to get from him every time he steps between those lines. Great effort and pretty consistent production. Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
In.
Play to cut him off and square up.
And he took a shot. Excellent toughness to get in there and make a play. I love that kind of work.
Irving attacking. And Verejao kicks to James. Tries again. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. LeBron's got 6.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though. It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him. Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year, and a lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
And some change at Draymond Green. And it's Barbosa in for Andre Iguodala. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, Klay Thompson is already an elite shooter, but he isn't done yet. He wants to be a complete off-guard. He said, I'm trying to attack more. Everyone knows my jumper is the base of my game, but to be an all-star caliber player one day, I have to finish at the rim. I have to dunk more, show people I can jump. Guys?
He keeps adding layers to his game. Thank you, Doris.
Well, it looks like it's in his head right now. It looks tight. He's not producing, and his team's struggling as well.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And the whistle blow. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That is his first foul of the game. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. Shumpert, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. The drive by James. And he gets the bucket. James has got 8.
They're taking so many shots down there, and they're knocking them down. Really good looks in the paint.
No doubt the offensive philosophy today. Pound that thing inside. Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
He kicks it to Irving from outside the arc. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Barnes kicks to Barbosa. Launches a 3. And that's not going to go. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter.
I need to get my form right with Curry.
Warriors lead by 4. We'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break and halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the 3rd. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or inside, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
I let my other controller charge.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Well, Irving has simply been great. 15 points, and he's hit the mark twice from 3-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the 3rd. On the court for Cleveland, Thompson and Verejao at the 4 and 5. LeBron James is out there with Irving, and it's Shumpert in the small forward position.
Back-to-back threes for him. Defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Well, it was only recently that the Cavs fans were worried that they'd lose Kyrie Irving in free agency, much like they'd lost LeBron. Now, not only has LeBron returned, but the Cavs have locked up Irving to a long-term contract.
Good on the shot. And that's 11 points for LeBron.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up. It was too good a look to pass it. You know, even though he missed that 3-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.